Jezebel, a beacon of modern-day journalistic ethics and integrity, in that they embody neither of those virtues and exemplify what it is to be a current-year journalist, has decided to join in on the accusations against Henry Cavill. Now, by now I'm sure most of you have seen the accusations, which include such hateful, vile, and vicious crimes against womankind as refusing to take his shirt off when ordered to, or trying to explain geekdom lore to women. It is truly a miracle that the man has not been nailed to a cross and set on fire yet for such terrible actions. But, of course, it is the current year, and such minor indiscretions are the subject of mainstream media headlines now, as the left appears to be turning in full force against Henry Cavill, with now the more mainstream elements, like Jezebel as well, joining in lockstep. And this is after, I remind you, that the allegations have been, rather vociferously withdrawn, shall we say. This stuff here tells me that one of Henry Cavill's many superpowers is a very aggressive legal team. Which, to be fair, is exactly what he needs and what he should be doing right now to protect his image. So, the article itself goes over the allegations in the least charitable way possibly imaginable, because, well, it's Jezebel, and then continues to say, if you're not fully inclined to believe an anonymous gossip account, I get it, but... and then goes on to add to the accusations. There's a pretty extensive paper trail of less than feminist comments and behavior from Cavill. Listen, you don't need to sell the man any harder to me. I'm already willing to go gay for the guy. Please. If you convince me any harder, I don't know what'll happen. To allegations of workplace sexism. In 2015, Cavill disclosed to Men's Fitness that he once became overexcited while filming a sex scene for the Tudors. Quote, a girl had to be on top of me, she had spectacular breasts, and I hadn't rearranged myself into a harmless position. She basically rubbed herself all over me and, I got a bit hard. Congratulations, Jezebel, you have proven to me and everyone else that Henry Cavill is a man. There you go. But, of course, the feminist reaction would be to simply look up at the woman like a piece of meat and go, I have no sexual feelings for you whatsoever. You are less than an animal to me. Hey, YouTube, it's not me saying this. Current year feminism, everyone. There was also his MeToo comment when he said, there's something wonderful about a man chasing a woman. I think a woman should be wooed and chased, but maybe I'm old-fashioned for thinking that, he said. It's very difficult to do that if there are certain rules in place. I don't want to go up and talk to her because I'm going to be called a rapist or something. Correct. 100% true. In fact, people have been called a rapist for hitting on a woman. Basically, in the current year, if you hit on a girl and she doesn't like you, you're a rapist. If she feels flattered, however, that's just fine. And you're supposed to be able to tell that, of course. Natürlich. And indeed, people have even been fined and gone to jail for this in the current year. They also mentioned that he dated a 19-year-old when he was 33. Oh, well, that's basically pedophilia. Except, of course, that she's legal and has been legal for quite some time, but hey, details. This is this right here is the closest they come to actually being able to throw some mud at him. It's like, oh, he dated a young woman who was 10 years younger than him, or, well, 14, is it? My head math is awful. It's like, oh my god, how could this be? I don't know, maybe they just liked each other? God. But, all of this, absolute nonsense. I don't, this is not a problem, this is not a problem, this is not a problem, none of this is an issue. The things he's alleged to have done as well, English, also is not a problem. But what I do like about this is the fact that this is the more mainstream left. Now, Jezebel has lost a lot of traction after feminism having essentially gone up and died, but details, turning on Cavill. And I know, this is kind of mean for me to say, but good. Again, mean, I understand. As somebody who has been the victim of cancel culture on multiple occasions himself, I understand exactly how shit this can be and how far-reaching it can be. I've had threats of lawsuits launched against me for my fucking name, goddammit. Like, I get it, but Henry Cavill is someone who I'm reasonably confident in declaring as our guy, shall we say, but he too has been very, very careful to not say too much on anything, as he is aiming for the middle road. He wants to be, well, he is trying to embrace the old school idea of an actor, somebody who acts on screen and presents as perfect as possible an outward appearance so that people can, well, love him. That's what actors used to do before they became activists rather than actors, and I entirely understand and respect that idea. But in the current year, you've always got to wonder just a little bit where his political allegiance lies. And again, whilst I'm fairly certain he is one of us, and here's the thing, even if he wasn't, even if in private he was a hardcore radical feminist, or, well, actually, no, that's bad now, because those are trans-exclusionary, a hardcore radical progressive, there we go, I wouldn't actually care so long as he put the demands and the needs of the fandom that he's serving at the time, be that 40k or Star Wars or Superman or whatever else, ahead of his politics. In which case, fine, it's genuinely not an issue. But it is good to see, then, the left doing what it does, demonstrating its, well, fickle nature, how quickly it turns, and how completely it turns as well. So, this too was Jezebel. Literally the same year. I would bone Henry Cavill, but only as the Witcher. This woman has high standards, you see, and she wouldn't bone him as Superman, only as the Witcher. In fact, I believe she actually goes ahead and says that. This would not be acceptable speech and verbiage and article material for a male to write, mind you, but details. And it is good for us, to put it bluntly, this is a very much so a partisan statement here, that Henry Cavill gets to see this, gets to see the other side of the modern day progressive left, and how quickly he is going to get thrown under the bus, and how at the slightest allegations, they will do their damnedest to dig up as many extra allegations they can to prove those allegations correct. Because once you become a target of theirs, there ain't nothing gonna stop them from tearing you to pieces, besides perhaps a powerful legal team, as again pointed out here. And interestingly enough, I wonder if it was the legal team's superpower or a realization that they had made a tremendous tactical blunder that resulted in this. Because this is what you get when you try to find the page now. It was up for quite a while, and then suddenly it just disappeared. Again, maybe one of Henry Cavill's. English is difficult today, apparently. Henry Cavill's superpower, the legal team, decided to reach on out because they did mention. Let's see here. And I'll find immediately, but they did mention that they reached out to Henry Cavill's representatives and they didn't immediately respond. Now, this is what these publications do, they've done it to me as well, where they will send out an article and at the same time they will ask for commentary so that you will have no way to clarifying the record or rectifying what was being said. I've even commented in response to this and they've cut out the majority of my comments because they're vile little fuckholes, that's why. But suddenly the article went down, and I did happen to notice that the article had like 200 comments on it, which is rare for a site like Jezebel, which usually gets dick-all traction and engagement. I suspect a goodly portion of those 200 comments were of a combative nature, shall we say. And the author may have realized the misstep and like, oh shit. It's not actually good to dig up what little dirt I have yet. It's not popular yet. He's not a target yet. And so I need to back down and shut my trap because I have overstepped the mark. I'm trying to cancel culture someone we aren't all going after yet. And again, as mean as it is to say, I think this is highly beneficial for Cavill as well, to learn the nature of his allies if he should try to join with these people. Because 40k as well has been trying to cozy up to exactly these sorts of people now for a couple of years. They've been trying and actively disavowing pieces of their own universe and fluff, as recently seen with the Liber Cotica, for example, to try and kiss the boot. And it would be very good for Cavill to learn just how quickly that boot can kick you in the teeth before he decides to try and kowtow to it. Then again, considering his rather turbulent career, particularly with DC, I've got a sneaking suspicion that he already has a certain degree of knowledge about this particular part of the entertainment medium and how it intersects rather broadly with politics. We shall have to wait and see, but I am more and more optimistic about the 40k television and perhaps movie project, though I did see a hint that it might be some kind of ultramarine role, which I heartily advise against. Because is there? What GW is probably going to do is they're going to try and push Primaris. It's an enormous mistake. Nobody likes them. They're shit. Their lore is shit. They are a symptom of everything wrong with modern day 40k, and the ultramarines on top of that. Why? Why must you present the blandest possible thing to this fresh audience? Why? Make him Cypher's Kane. That's all you need to do, and you'll have a smash hit on your success. Make him some random no-name ultramarine like in the movie Ultramarine, and you'll have yet another entertainment failure on your hands, GW, like you had with Ultramarines, like you had with Inquisition, like you had with Blood Quest, etc., etc., etc. GW are old hands at the idea of failing at entertainment medium, so please, this time, just let the man do whatever he wants, okay? And maybe we'll get something good out of it. Anywho, do let me know what you think in the comment section down below as well. Is this a little bit too culture war-y? Perhaps it is, but I like for our potential allies to see who their potential enemies might be as well before choosing sides. And figuring out who they're going to get in bed with, so to say. Until next time, I'm Anonyms. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all again soon. Till then, have a good day.